of the Global Rugby Challenge regular season. The Celtic Dragons are at home. They'll be taking on the All Flakes in a great crunch match to kick the round underway. Who will take home that winning record? Will it be the home team, or will the Travellers get the advantage going into the finals? Hello everyone and welcome along to Cool Flakes Trivia, home of Rugby Challenge 3 and the subscriber series, the Global Rugby Challenge, where you guys take the field against the world's elite. Today is a subscriber battle of the highest level. Today we've got the Dragons at home against the All Flakes. These two teams sit one win, one loss against the other subscriber side so far, and today we will find out who will join the Flakers as a 2-win, 1-loss side going into the finals. The Celtic Dragons, of course, the last time we've seen these guys, they come out as big winners, 28-7 over the Crusaders. They currently sit in second, and they have a possibility still of finishing anywhere from first to fourth position. Based on where they sit right now, they are just a couple of points again away from the table-topping Corn Flakers. So they're most likely, if they can get the win here today, to take that top spot. The starting 15 for today's matchup will be as follows. Front row will be David O'Callaghan, Arthur Brunso, and Sam Nicol. Into the second row, Oscar Conley moves in, and he will be partnered by Ethan Nicol, with two Nichols lining up inside the tight five. Star-studded Dominic Jones still starts again at number 6, and this time he's got an even fancier back row partners with Frederick Loeb and Captain Jordi De Rossi at number 8. The headgear partners of De Rossi and Mockler will be 8 and 9, with Richard Mockler getting the scrum half duties, and Andrew Inch stays in there at number 10 outside Mockler. And the centres will be Steve Tecox, and alongside him at outside centre will be Tom Charles. Left wing, Randy Mbengo. Right wing, try-scoring sensation, Bogdan Ola. Shane O'Sullivan will line up at fullback for the Celtic Dragons as they look to take that number 1 position away from the Flakers. Trying to stop them will be the team that absolutely blew us away 2 rounds ago and then fell to the late surge of the Flakers in round number 10. It is the All Flakes, and what team will we see from them today? Will we see that amazing side that took out the Guardians, or will we see the side that fell away against the Flakers? Either way, it all lies on today's matchup. They currently sit in 3rd position, and last time, of course, was that loss 28-21 to the Flakers. They can still finish possibly 1st or 4th and anywhere in between, but less possible to get into that top spot because they are 5 points away from the Flakers in 1st, who still have a game to play, whereas these All Flakes are in their final match here and they need maximum points to put something away. Their team for today's matchup will be as follows: Nicholas Friedlander, Luke Lambert, and Arthur Seru along the front row. Very strong looking one at that as well. Benjamin Grayson and Caleb Cook. Then sensation middle row from a couple of weeks ago will return to the combination. And to combat that extraordinary back row from the Dragons, Mark Tommy, Dean Mumberg, and Hakata Commander at number 8 will be there for the All Flakes. That is where this game could possibly be won and lost, as 6, 7, and 8. It's a very nice half combination as well, with Jimmy Henderson and Samo Coop at 9 and 10. And the way Georgie Pullman played at 12 last week and the week before, it's hard to really put him anywhere else now. He is looking sensational. Speaking of sensational, Adam Fleetwood, he's become a constant in Team of the Week of the way he's performed recently, and once again, he starts at 13. Left wing sees Liam Symes-Wells, and on the right is Christian Catley, with Ike Wrigley lining up with the number 15 jumper fullback for the All Flakes as they look to become only the 2nd side this season to go 2-1 against the other subscriber teams. So it all comes down to this. The All Flakes in the black. It is the Celtic Dragons in the white and green. We are good to go. Underway we are. Referee blows time on, and the All Flakes kick this one underway. Opening match of round 11. And a lot riding on this as well. The possibility, I should say, of home advantage. It's turnover ball. Brilliant from Dean Mumberg. And why they come for Grayson. Grayson out to Christian Catley. Could be a great start for the All Flakes. They dot down in the corner. And Christian Catley starts the All Flakes off in supreme fashion. Dean Mumberg turned it over, was magical. Benjamin Grayson, great work. Kirtley Stewart support from George Pullman as well. Didn't need it either way. And what a start here. Look at that. Dean Mumberg. Absolutely extraordinary from the open side flanker. Excellent work there as well. Benjamin Grayson took out the speedy defence of Randy and Bengo. And it was all Kelly to the corner. What a start. I wasn't even done talking about the repercussions of home finals matches, which is what this is all about. Of course, top 2 places don't have to play in the preliminary finals, as over goes the conversion from Summer Coop. And it is 7-0 All Flakes leading the Celtic Dragons early on. What a start to this game. Well, we spoke about the back row being a decisive part in this game. We've got Jones, Loeb and De Rossi up against Tommy, Mumberg and Kamana. And we say straight away, Dean Mumberg has got the All Flakes off to a plus on that battle as well. Here we go, back underway again, and Benjamin Grayson has the ball and takes a hit up. Jimmy Henderson away to Adam Fleetwood. Puts it back inside, and the offloads are coming pretty fast at the moment as Frylander takes the ball to Roundness. Advantage for a forward pass there. Advantage to the Dragons as Dean Mumberg was gone. That was a tough call. I'll give it to the All Flakes there. That was definitely backwards. But the Dragons, they will line up a scrum here and look to put a little bit of ball in their side of possession. This has been one-way traffic at the moment by the All Flakes. Great scrum. But the pack of the Dragons, here's Andrew Ince. He's knocked it on. Oh, it's comedy of errors at the moment from the Dragons. They can't do anything right. Big cutout pass on the top. Liam Soames-Wells. He's stalled on Fleetwood. He can't find him. Great defence in the back there from Shane O'Sullivan. Here's Pullman back to Lambert. What an offload to Jimmy Henderson. Puts it high. There's one chaser. That's Mumberg. He's got Franz and Fleetwood.
Not releasing.
Got to be a penalty there. It is. Referee up over that. Good turnover. The breakdown. Fleetwood not releasing. Who was in over that ball we won't get to see. But the Dragons, they survive, and only just as well. What a matchup we've got here as Inch hits it just over the 22. They'll have the set piece to try and get themselves back into this game. The All Flakes are a team that can absolutely spark if they want to. They failed in the second half last round. Can they do it for a 480 this time? Arthur Brunso goes to the back, and it's well taken too from Ethan Nico and kicked away from Lachlan. Returned at the back and a thumping punt. Only gets as far as, once again, fullback Shane O'Sullivan, who gets it just out of the 22. It's there for De Rossi, and eventually they kick away. The wind holding nicely up here, and a knock on this time. Mistake coming in from Ike Wrigley. Well, 2 key players, Inch, Wrigley, both being guilty of making simple errors.
Crouch.
Giving their opposition opportunity to
set
themselves on the front foot. Here is another scrum feed for the Dragons. Last one ran very well. This time, it's steady, it's solid. Oh, it's tight, but it's bulldoze. And the Dragons come away with it once more. White to Tekog, slips it back inside nicely to Loeb.
Release.
And they're back where the scrum was. Here's Inch. Short nicely to Charles, gets it to Tekog's outside, and a good run too from Dominic Jones, giving it to Andrew Inch. And there's plenty of black jerseys there, but it is the white and green. Here's Marquardt left side, no one's home! Arthur Brunso, 1-on-1 with Wrigley! And Wrigley takes him down. Right on the line now, Marquardt back to Inch, a little grubber through, no one chasing that. And Jimmy Henderson lets it dribble into touch. Well, what a game we've had here. 7-0's the score. The All Flakes lead. That moment of brilliance from Mumberg and Catley. Of course, a week off for the team that finishes in second and first, of course. The All Flakes will want that to be them. They'll want to go straight to the semis. They won't have to want to play that preliminary final game. The same goes for the Dragons as they launch once again through Sam Nicol. Almost to the 22, Mockwell, away it goes, and well, cutting back in, Bortanola, very quick, late lighting on his feet. Fleetwood though, Fleetwood's turning it over. Kelly's running away from the referee, looks like one of the Dragons players. Jimmy Henderson's jumped into the breakdown, the All Flakes struggling to get this possession. And Caleb Cook will pick and go, goes back to Akakamana, and it's a great ball away, and here's a run for Arthur. The chase coming in from Mokwa, he will run him down, and that is excellent from Richard Mokwa. Saving a try, Jimmy Henderson, wide ball to Fleetwood, passes it off, oh, almost through was Tommy, and saving the day, Ethan Nicol goes over the top. Quick hands, Cook, Catley, Pullman, away, so Nicholas Freilander, dummies, he stamps, oh, and he's just gone into touch. Could have been a hero, would be Nicholas Freilander. He's done amazing this season, but could not quite finish that. Line out defensively for the Celtic Dragons. They go up nicely, Nicol doing the hard work, and it's through the back line they go, eventually out to Loeb, going wider still to Andrew Inch, who's all out here on his own. He's kicked, and that's not a bad kick because he is a good chaser here, and it's going into the All Flakes and goal, and it will go dead. Randy and Bengo was flying. Inch isn't happy, but from halfway, that is a good 60-metre kick, and no question about it, they've gone for the scrum.
Set.
The All Flakes will put in through Jimmy Henderson. There goes half time. It's been a stunning half as well. Just one try, but again a big shot from the Dragons. They will get the turnover in the scrum, and one last chance. Mokwa, oh, triple cutout pass to Charles, goes back to Tekogs, who's kicked us into space and almost getting away from Wrigley. Wrigley back to Liam Symes-Wells, who says, we've got the lead. We will dictate the play, and he kicks us into touch, and that will be half-time, folks. This has been one hell of a match-up between the All Flakes, who lead by 7-0 over the Celtic Dragons. Wow, we look at those stats. 80% to 20 on possession. The All Flakes dominating the ball retention part of the game. Territory's been pretty even. Both sides have kicked a lot of ball as well, but it is handing errors, letting the All Flakes down. They only lead by 7. They'd like that to be much, much more. Second 40 about to get underway. It's Andrew Inch with ball in hand. And he kicks off the right foot and short and high and just taken from Tommy. Someone offloads who tries to fend away the referee was Luke Lambert. Akana Kamana. How many defenders went down there? I tell you, a pile. But he might not have done enough to hold on to the ball. Richard Mockler sees it in the back, gives it away to Andrew Inch. Changes direction now, wide Bogdanola. And he was up against Liam Symes-Wells, who turns him over. Here we go, All Flakes. And another turnover. This time it's Doros. No, it was Tom Charles. Another turnover. What is going on here? The ball retention and the breakdown is terrible. And now a high tackle. I can't keep up. 3 turnovers and 3 rucks. Absolutely ridiculous there. Neither side could hold on to the ball, and eventually the high tackle has let Samakoop smack this into touch and give a little bit of territory advantage back to the All Flakes. Goodness me, I've never seen so many turnovers in quick succession like that. Luke Lambert inside the Dragons half, throws to the back, and it's nicely taken from Cook, and little Jimmy Henderson tries to play a little sticky move between the break and the line-out jumpers. Sidhu, went to Fleetwood, back to Henderson! This time he's through! He's got a man in Grayson! Oh, Grayson steps inside! Benjamin Grayson! Wow! Phenomenal skills to the big second rower! Oh, it's Caleb Cook! I take it back! It was Caleb Cook! Yes, it was! The 2 second rowers got it mixed up there. Cook went wide on the Henderson break, and then the step and the dummy. And he left him Bengo in all sorts of trouble. Watch Randy and Bengo here. That was a sensational inside ball. Sublime skill on the pass to Jimmy Henderson. But you see what was wide there. And Randy and Bengo, he had no choice but to follow. There was 2-3 All Flakes players out there that had to be marked. If Cook went with them, it was a try regardless. Here is Samo Cooper in front, and it's 14-0, the All Flakes are doing it nicely at the moment. They've had all the ball, all the chances, and the Dragons, well, they are getting shut out of this game. Well, we spoke about them in the lineups, didn't we? Benjamin Grayson and Caleb Cook, the phenomenal second row for the All Flakes. Once again, they're at it, and a little 10-metre jog has seen Cook go in for their second try.
Release.
Quite brilliant, I have to say. Quite brilliant. The All Flakes, will only throw one man into their breakdown. It's poor Simon Coop. Now Randy Mbingo's got a chance for revenge. Mbingo alone. Great ball inside. And Andrew Inch will dump down. Instant reply from the Dragons. And it is game on now. 14-5. Andrew Inch scores. Randy Mbingo embarrassed one time too many. He said enough is enough. Little runoff there from Dominic Jones. Around the outside of Jimmy Henderson. Took out Quickly and fired a beautiful flat pass inside to fly half Andrew Inch, who ran a great line. You see him inside here, over the ruck. Don't quite catch where he went there, but he went straight in front of him. He knew that the gap was there, and if Mbingo was good enough for the pass, Andrew Inch was good enough for the finish. Important try, because this game was running away from them. Inch, the try scorer from right in front, just to the left slightly, adds the extras without too much trouble. And it is 14-7. Do sides start thinking drop goals, penalty goals, whatever advantage they can take, it's got to be at the back of their mind. Both sides have a couple of good kickers as well. Simon Coop and George Pullman, both capable of knocking them over. And for the Dragons, of course, they've got Shane O'Sullivan at the back at 15. Of course, they've got the try scorer, Andrew Inch. Again, they break away very easy on the left side. Steve Teacox, good ball back to Nickel. And eventually into touch, Oscar Connolly, trying to match up with what his opposite numbers were doing. But it's a line out to Luke Lambert. Just the two jumpers. Again, they go to the back. Caleb Cook and Henderson tries to slip it down the short side. One little play there from the All Flakes. But a great tackle on Lambert after he threw the ball in. He's been picked up and deposited over the white line. Line out now to the Dragons. Luke Lambert standing defending, but it's Arthur Brusso that throws in. And now they try themselves to the Dragons. And they get a good little yard advantage too. Through David Go-Callahan. Now we slip it away. Oh, that is a turnover? Possibly it is! Mark Tommy has the ball. But it was turned over from, not quite sure who that was by the All Flakes. Kicked away and missed in the back. Big mistake there from Shane O'Sullivan. Bogdanola goes back. Randy Mbingo trying to save the day. Finds it to Richard Mokwa, who breaks inside the line. And in behind defence. They get out of there 22. Back from DeRossi. And Ethan Nickel charging forward. It is 14-7. Who will break this game open? Oh, high tackle. High tackle from George Pullman. Referee just gives the penalty. Pullman shakes his head. Disappointment. 68 minutes gone. And Andrew Inch gets the call to go for a touch. He gets it nicely just over the line. And on the 10-metre mark, it will be a line out to the Dragons. Catley tried to save it. Scored that brilliant first try. And now Arthur Brunso. Luke Lambert's got to watch out because these line-out moves are just getting a bit silly here. Oh, Henderson, though, he's got that at the back. Caleb Cook, once again, turning another line-out ball over. He's done it all season. Here's Bogdanola, being too quiet for the Dragons' liking, as now they get to stretch their legs. Out wide, DeRossi, back to Inch. Numbers here and green jumpers. Inside ball, finding Ethan Nickel. Too many good players there that missed out on that chance. Mokwa goes wide to Rossi. Back out to Tom Charles, who bulldozes his way over the defender. Pick and go here from Dominic Jones. Sits up here for Brusso. Going away to Tecox. Outside and another good run this time. Ethan Nickel throws it over his head and finds no one but Arthur Senu. And a turnover ball to the All Flakes. Inch has gone away, and here's Caleb Cook once more. Great ball out wide. Christian Kelly to win it for the All Flakes. It's a fun race, and Kelly will score. Couldn't be stopped. Shane O'Sullivan come racing across, but Christian Kelly gets a double, and he shall be named the hero if the All Flakes go on to win this. Caleb Cook, sensational play. Randy Mbingo had a lot of work to do there, and he couldn't cut him off with Shane O'Sullivan. Extraordinary play. Sima Coop He initiated that, but how about Caleb Cook once more? Christian Catley down the wing, and these outside backs finally showing their worth, scoring tries that we haven't seen from them all season long. 2 to Catley. That is a big game breaker. It was in the balance. We were talking drop goals. We were talking penalties. Neither will be required because this one will only have a minute and a bit left to go and 2 tries to score. The All Flakes will go 2 wins, 1 loss into the final series, and they should be the side to have a rest as well. That'll all come down to the Guardians, who are still a possibility to upset the apple cart here. The All Flakes, the side that drew with Clermont, could be the side that go with a break in between regular season and finals. There goes full time. Is there a bonus point here for the Dragons? They would love one if they could. Bogdanola out wide.
Release.
Big support there in Oscar Conley. Mokwa goes short to a number of players, and Tom Charles gets hammered, and poor old De Rossi stands up and then goes back down. Connolly away to Brusso. Great work to Bogdanola. Oliver behind defence. He's got so many numbers. Steve Teckox. Beautiful ball back inside. It's going to be a try. Andrew Inch will score. This could be a bonus point for losing with Sin 7, which could change the whole table. 21-12. Man, this could have been a draw. Bogdanola, we spoke about half an hour ago how he's been too quiet. Teckox did brilliantly to slip the ball inside instead of going outside. I quickly had to change directions, and he was all at sea. What an offload there. I think it was Oscar Conley. Not 100% sure. Inside beautifully. Dominic Jones beats one man and puts it out to his fly half to score. A brilliant try. And Andrew Hinch, well, he's been a one-man team, hasn't he? He scored all the points for the Dragons, and this for a bonus point for losing within 7. He'll do it. 21-14. The All Flakes survive thanks to the Christian Catley double. Andrew Inch, on the other hand, was sublime for the Dragons. There it is. 2 wins, 1 loss. The All Flakes should celebrate that. It should see them get a rest next round and go straight on to the semi-finals with the Flakers. They should sit in second. A 4-point win will put them up just a point behind the Flakers, who still have to play. The questions being asked here by the Dragons. First season in the game, first season in the GRC, and they have come away with 1 win and 2 losses against subscriber sides. Andrew Inch, all the points, 2 tries, 2 conversions. As for the All Flakes, 2 to Catley, 1 to Cook, a brilliant as well as Caleb Cook, and 3 out of 3 from the tee from Sammer Coop. Brilliant tries scored by the All Flakes. Inch was everywhere. Full-time stats, just a nudge on possession as it turned out in the second half. It was about 80-20, 57-43 at full-time. Dragons had the territory, but they couldn't turn it into enough second half points, which is what the Flakers did last round. It was a tight game. We knew it was going to be close, but 21-14, the Flakes come away with it. Well, that is the last time in the regular season we will be seeing the Dragons and the All Flakes. They are done. And hold on a second. Hold on a second. That bonus point. Oh my word. That bonus point has put the Dragons up to 42. Despite losing, they have somehow hung on to second. The All Flakes have beaten the Dragons, yet they still sit in third because they conceded that try right at the end to give them their 6th bonus point. That is drama. That really is drama. Now, if the Guardians win with a bonus point, I don't believe this, they will go into second. The Flakers, they are confirmed top spot because they still have a game to play and they are already above everyone. The Guardians with a bonus point will go 43, but the Flakers, you'd expect, will get at least 1 point from their game to go easily top spot through to the semi. So I'm looking at this and I'm seeing, bizarrely, a points differential. 133 to 113. The All Flakes ruining that draw with Clermont. I tell you, more than anything right now, They will not go into second. The Dragons hang on to number 2 seed. The All Flakes will have to play in the preliminary finals as it stands right now, possibly as the 4th placed side if the Guardians pick up a bonus point win. If they don't, well, it'll come down to points differential as well, and then the All Flakes will most likely still go to 4th. Unbelievable. I tell you, unbelievable that the team that goes 2 wins, 1 loss against the other subscriber sides could finish 4th due to their inability to get bonus points, whereas the Dragons and the Guardians could finish 2 and 3 by losing 2 of their subscriber clashes. Absolutely outrageous. But on their side, of course, is the fact they have beaten the Guardians and the Dragons. The Flakers, well, they've lost one as well. They lost to the Dragons, if my memory serves me correctly. So it is all to play for. No one is guaranteed of beating anyone as we head into this finals series. The Flakers will take on Toulon. The Guardians up against the Scarlets. You see the other matches from the round are the Chiefs going down to Crusaders, Clermont over Munster, Wasps going down to the Lions. Then we have our final 2 matches of the round. Unbelievable. I can't believe what's just happened here. That last-ditch try and conversion, obviously, to Andrew Inch has given the Dragons 2nd spot. Well, no wonder they were celebrating a little bit afterwards, because they've somehow hung on. 1 win, 2 losses. They lost to the All Flakes. They lost to the Flakers. Yet, no, they lost to the All Flakes. They lost to the Guardians, didn't they? That's what we want to see. Let's just have a recap of the subscriber clashes. Right from the start, it was these last rounds where it really come to life. There is the Guardians beating the Dragons, and there is the Dragons beating the Flakers. So yes, that was right. The Dragons going down to the All Flakes and the Guardians. Yet, they could possibly finish above them both. What a season it has been. What a season of Global Rugby Challenge Rugby. This is absolutely phenomenal. Right, we are pretty much done here for this round, or first game of round 11. The Flakers versus Toulon is coming up next. That should be our second to last match, and of course then the Guardians in action against Scarlets before we round up the team of the week, and then it is finals time, which I mean will possibly see the Dragons and the All Flakes in action, seeing as these last 2 games, seeing how they go, we will know who will get those seats. As we speak right now, nothing is set in stone except the Flakers will be in the top 2. What a round, what a season it has been. Hope you all enjoyed the matchup. Well done to the All Flakes players. If anyone you think deserves to be in Team of the Week following their performance from the Dragons and the All Flakes, let me know in the comments below, and we will make that happen for Team of the Week at the end of the round. Until the next match though, Flakers versus Toulon. Thanks for tuning in and watching, and as always, take care.